All right, it is time for my currently reading TBR. Hey everyone, it is Shannon, and I'm super excited to be here today and to share with you this video. This is going to be me picking the next 5 titles to work on out of the books that I am currently reading. I have all of them here in jars. I have a jar for fiction and a jar for nonfiction. I will be picking 3 fiction titles and 2 nonfiction titles out of the 30. It's 31 titles on my currently reading, but they're not all in the jars because some of the books I'm not actively reading, or I need to do something before I can read them again. But most of them are in here. I think it's 18 and 6, so that is, no, 18 and 7, so 25 out of 31 are in here. So I'm going to pick 2 fiction, 2 nonfiction, and then the goal for the week is to read 75 pages a day, 5 out of the 7 days of the week, for a total of 375 pages. I did do a dress rehearsal last week, and the results of how that went will be in a video that will go up tomorrow on Monday, so that is something to look forward to. But for now, let's not look forward to anything anymore. Let's start things. So I'm going to start with fiction. I guess I should take it first. I did update the slips of paper with the new page counts, so I should also be able to figure out pages remaining for all 5 for the 5 picks. Let's see, what shall it be? What shall it be? Oh, one fell right out, so it's going to be this one. So this is a fiction title. That is upside down. That is really long. Okay. Edgar Allan Poe, The Ultimate Collection. Okay, so that is right here. Okay, so this is a collection of works by Edgar Allan Poe, and I have 36 stories left, or 224 pages. Okay, so this one I got, and I gotta say, it is a slow read because there's not a lot of white space. It's very small, and it goes so I am reading it. I have read all of the poetry of Edgar Allan Poe a couple years ago. I do have a collected works of that. I think the next one I have in this, The Purloined Letter. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that. Purloined Letter. I think that's the 3rd in a series, of C. Auguste Dupin, which I always get confused with Lupin because of the Netflix series, which is very good if you haven't watched it yet, and you like mystery heistish stuff. So, okay, wow, Edgar Allan Poe. So we're going to get some short works in this reading for this week. Okay, let's switch to a nonfiction. Okay, so here we go. There's only 7. Well, that just attached itself to me, so I think that needs to be what it will be. So we are looking at something upside down again. Okay, outline alphabets, 100 complete fonts. I was wondering when this one would come up. This one I debated whether or not to include it, but it is nonfiction and I am technically reading it. So this is outline alphabets. This is literally a collection of alphabets. So it's not necessarily something to read word for word. It is something that the idea was that I would look at each alphabet and I would draw them. I would try to try my hand at what's it called? Not mimicking, but just try to use it for lettering. And I wanted outline alphabets because often in journals and stuff like that, or my adventure calendar, which is like a visual representation of things that I want to do, or I have like a TV book and stuff like that. Anyway, so I often do like things to color in. So I thought outline alphabets would be good in that. I think I picked this, at this point, it's got to be almost 2 years ago. And I started this as an idea, as a project, and then I didn't come back to it. So I will have to think of some words maybe, or some phrases or some quotes. If you have any short quotes, let me know, because this is going to be looking at it, sitting down and drawing it. And actually that's pretty good timing because I recently cleared off some good space to do some art type stuff. So yeah, okay, so that one is going to be a very different pace and tone than my other. Okay, back to fiction. Just never know what's going to get picked. Okay, so back to fiction. What shall it be? It's going to be this one. Again, oh my god! The Beach. Okay, well, this one I just was reading last week. This is by Alex Garland. I actually have not, okay, well, I that's pretty rare for things to come up twice in a row. Okay, so I have I forgot to say for outline alphabets, I know I have 99 pages left. I think I have 99 fonts left because it's 100 fonts and I only did one. Okay, so I have 350 pages left of The Beach. So that's actually pretty cool because it is a bit of a thriller, so it's nice to not have a huge amount of period of time between sessions with that one. I actually even considered, would it be okay to carry over a book if I was feeling very much like there would be a detriment for me to put it aside. I didn't feel like that was the case with this one, and I had an idea of what to do. Like I was going to put a note in here with where we left off, but I did end up doing that, and now I don't have to. So, okay, wow, this is a very odd selection. Okay, so next, nonfiction, which is the last nonfiction. What will it be? I think it's going to be this one. One game at a time. Okay. Oh, as it's fall, there is something to be said for that. Okay, so One Game at a Time by Harnarian Singh. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This is my journey from small town Alberta to hockey's got all French there, hockey's biggest stage. And so this the author is a host of Hockey Night in Canada in Punjabi, and I saw a random YouTube video got recommended to me where he was like interviewing people, and I thought it was so charming, and I really enjoyed it. So I got the book out from the library. So I hope the library has a copy available. Yeah, and so this is a memoir, a sports memoir, I guess you would say, and I really enjoyed it. I started it last year at some point, I think, and didn't get back to it. I guess, I don't know if the library expired. I'm not sure. So many of these books, I think I just, started a new month, started a new TBR, started a new readathon. Almost everything on my currently reading I just started other things. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to reading this. I really love memoirs. I really enjoyed this so far. It is fall. I don't know when hockey starts. I feel like hockey goes around all year. I don't actually watch hockey, but I still really have enjoyed the book so far, so I'm looking forward to getting back to it. Okay, so one more fiction. This is a very interesting set of titles. What will be there it is. The last one is The Female Man. Awesome. I was just feeling like, wow, this is feeling very dude heavy. Okay, so we have The Female Man by Joanna Russ. This is classic science fiction. Is it dystopic, utopic? I find it hard to understand in terms of, I guess it looks like, from the back, it sounds like it's alternate history, and which I didn't pick up on. So anyway, this is one of my first picks. I think it might have been my first pick when I started this challenge back in May, and I read a fair amount, but I did not finish it. How many pages do I have left? 125 pages. So this is a bit of a heavier, brainier works. It requires pretty good retention and pretty good reading space, which actually so does. Oops, I lost my paper. Apologies for disappearing. But actually so does this one. So I am going to need some primo good quality reading time. I found The Beach was a bit more of a faster read. However, I don't think I want to read it at night. So I am going to have to figure out some interesting reading times for this. So let's do the page count for what is left. So for The Female Man, I have 124 pages left. For One Game at a Time, I have 221 pages left, so that's 345 pages left, 345. This one's easy, it's 100, 345, 445. For The Beach, I have 350, 445 plus 350, let's just pretend it's 450 plus 350, so 800. And Edgar Allan Poe, I have 220. So 1,020 pages to choose from is way more than 375, which I have, which is the goal. Wow, this is just such an odd selection of titles. Interesting short works, science fiction, thriller, memoir, and nonfiction art. Technically, 1,000 fonts is nonfiction art. That will be the biggest challenge because it would take me working on the whole alphabet for one page to count as one page. So I think maybe I'll pick one of the other books to read a little bit extra from. I don't know. Last time what I did was last week I had 4 titles, and what I did was I gave myself 12 minutes per title and then a little extra if I needed to finish to the end of the chapter. So I did like 1 hour's worth of reading, but I broke it down into 12 minutes instead of 15, just so I wouldn't go over. And so that's what I did last week. And it worked out pretty well, except for the fact that I wasn't hitting my page count. And then I switched over to, instead of doing 12 minutes per title, I split the difference and I picked one of the faster titles and I read half an hour of the faster title and then read 10 minutes each of the remaining titles. So that's what I did last time. So in some ways, I'm actually technically, in terms of page count, I would have to say I'm probably still working with 4 titles, these 3 plus 1 game at a time, because outline alphabets, really, I'm going to have to work on it a lot to get even 1 page, and that's fine. That's one of the good things about having a variety of things, is that it can be absorbed into some of the other ones. But I am going to have to plan some sit-down time to work on those alphabets, and of course, eventually I might not be as interested in doing that. I don't know. Maybe I will love it. Maybe it will be a wonderful way to spend some time in my sketchbook and give me an excuse to do that. I have no idea. If I do end up doing that, I will definitely share with my weekly wrap-up if I ended up how things went. I just committed to that, so I'll have to remember to do that. So those are my picks for the week: classic science fiction, horror, thriller, nonfiction, memoir, sport, and art. I guess we can see the things I like. The thriller is the one that is the least picked, but I'm actually really thrilled that it got 2 weeks in a row, because I think I think the story will lend itself well to be read again and again. So we will see how this week goes. Wish me luck, and I will have my wrap up for how last week went up tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.